Josephine Mann got into her dream college in 2020, Vassar.
Yeah, I was over the moon. It was kind of late at night when I opened it, so I couldn't scream exactly.
Then she got her financial aid package, and the joy turned to anxiety. Mann is a first-generation college student whose parents' income had been hurt a lot by the pandemic. So Mann wrote a letter to Vassar asking for more financial aid.
So I was able to negotiate about 43% of my original award, and my package was essentially loan-free. It was just a huge sigh of relief from my parents and I.
Vassar says students can always request more need-based aid, but it doesn't call the process a negotiation. Stories like Mann's have gotten more common during the COVID pandemic as college enrollment suffered and parents lost jobs and income. But negotiating your tuition has been an option for a long time, though many families have had no idea.
So many people are so surprised. They think about, negotiating a deal on a car or negotiating to buy a house. They don't think about negotiating college tuition.
Here's what experts say it takes to get the best discount you can on your college tuition. How long have students and parents actually been negotiating their tuition?
Since I first began 30 years ago.
So we were getting requests back then 20 years ago. So it's been going on to a limited extent forever, but I think it's happening more nowadays.
The word is spreading, especially since families have had a lot more leverage during the pandemic. Undergraduate enrollment in the US decreased by 3.6%, or over 560,200 students, in the fall of 2020. Schools had to work harder to fill seats. There's also been an increase in need-based appeals due to lost income.
So what we experienced during this last application cycle is colleges being very, very willing to negotiate, more than we've ever seen in the past.
I was thrilled to be able to email the school and negotiate $15,000 off for my son.
From Bentley, I was able to get $5,000 more in aid, which brought my total yearly scholarship amount to $20,000 per year.
But experts say most people are still shocked when they find out they can actually negotiate their college tuition. So why is it standard practice to negotiate on other big purchases like a house or a car, but not on a college education?
So I think there's so much focus on the power that colleges have. And you'll see every story about that, how there's so much competition to get into college. I like to turn things around and focus on the power that families have in this process.
And it's in your power to ask for a better deal. Put your request in writing, personalize the letter, and tell the school how much you want to attend.
I made clear to Bentley that they're my top choice for a school. It's up there for business schools.
If you can give us X number of dollars, I will give you my credit card and make a deposit today, and he will be there in the fall. Now, that's about as hardcore as you can make it that, yes, we're interested.
The income bracket that my parents were in this year wasn't going to be the same as the previous calendar year, and I made sure to put some supporting documentation.
I wrote that I have two younger brothers who are currently juniors who will be going to college within the next 2 years. So my parents also need to be able to finance their education.
Let the college know if you've accomplished something since applying.
Well, on her initial application, she had a 30 on the ACT, but she took it again and got a 33. She made the all-state chorus since she submitted her application, which was really competitive.
The one school that we all loved for him was the one school out of the 9 that didn't give him any merit money at all. And so we just kind of laid out that the schools that I guess they would be competing with for his attention all gave him a certain sum of money. We got a letter from them in the mail, and they had given us almost equitable to what the other 8 schools had offered.
It rubs them the wrong way. They get this vision of, a used car lot that they often don't don't equate themselves with.
You're going to have the best shot at maximizing your initial aid offer and negotiating with schools where you're an especially desirable candidate.
If you're looking for money, a reach school, by definition, you're going to fall in the bottom decile, bottom quartile of typically admitted students. They're not going to put money into that part of the grid.
Experts say some people take on more debt because they assume they have to go to a fancy school to be successful. But studies have shown that's not the case. To get the best deal on a college education, experts agree, shop around and keep an open mind. The best price can come from negotiating or by knowing when to walk away.